Okay, the next one we're doing is Killers, which proves the theory when good-looking people get together and one has a secret, bad things are gonna happen. Basically, this sad Mr. and Mrs. Smith rehash contains good-looking actors, Ashton, Kutcher, and Katherine Heigel. Katherine Heigel was great in the film Knocked Up, and she's been less than great in everything she's done since then, including this dretch. This isn't as terrible as I'm making it sound, but it just seems like I've seen this 1,000,005 times. This is not the type of movie that I'm looking for the summer season. It's blockbuster time. Very few blockbusters have truly blown me away so far this year, with maybe the exception of Shutter Island and Splice, which I just seen, but Splice is not doing that well in the box office. But either way, this film is just not what I was looking for. I don't think it's what Hollywood is looking for. I mean, Ashton Kutcher has actually shown promise in his last couple of movies before this. Here, he's just back to playing, I'm good looking Ashton Kutcher, you got punk, yeah! Yeah, exactly. That's all he is, really. And that's, you know, at this rate I'm thinking, is this all he's ever going to be? He was great last year in the film Spread, and pretty good in Valentine's Day as well. He just takes a huge, huge step back into, you know, Kutcher land in this film. Katherine Heigel, for someone who has such a big mouth, she has such little talent. And I'm telling you, this woman is really starting to get on my nerves. Again, her best performance in a movie, she just completely trashes the movie completely for what it stood for, and then she does a movie that's even worse. She trashed Knocked Up for being too sexist, and then she goes and does that Ugly Truth with Gerard Butler. Are you kidding me, Katherine? Come on! And now you're enhancing, quote unquote, your career. You think you're enhancing your career with this film? You're not. It's completely and utterly terrible. Of course, Kutcher's character has a secret, and yeah, he's you know, an assassin, yada yada. It's Mr. and Mrs. Smith all over again, except not with the same, you know, appeal that Brad and Angelina had, and the same, you know, supporting work from Vince Vaughn. Here you just get the typical cliches with the, you know, a bunch of the same, you know, same people. The only good scene in this film involved her parents, played brilliantly by Tom Selleck, TV legend, and Catherine O'Hara, who in my opinion just is flawless in any movie she does. And those are the only scenes. I find that a lot of movies are like this. You have those two legendary actors playing the parents or something like that, or playing, you know, a supporting role, and they're the only things worth in the film scene. Tom Selleck, it's actually good to see him on the big screen again. I'm glad to see him again. And apparently his rumored Three Men and a Wedding movie coming out in a couple of years has really got me scratching my head. But this former Magnum PI is really spot on here, and so is Catherine O'Hara. But now other than that, this film just really doesn't offer much of anything. It's just a, you know, it's just a wacky kind of comedy where, you know, girls will be like, ooh, ooh, ooh. That's about it. Now, again, I cannot stress enough how much hidden talent Kutcher has, how Heigel is just running around in circles, and basically that's all she's good at. And I just don't have any high hopes for these two. I mean, again, I know I was starting to soften on Kutcher a bit, but really I just think that this film is pretty much a sign of the things. To keep collecting a paycheck, this is what he's going to be doing. And so, Katherine Heigel, on the other hand, is just going to content playing the good-looking blonde girl until she hits her 40s. And then nobody wants to hire her anymore, and then she does straight-to-video stuff with Dolph Lundgren, who will probably be in his 70s by then. But either way, this film is just a waste of time. It's pretty bad. Yeah, don't even bother. You'd have more fun watching beige paint dry than watching this film. So I give Killers 1.5 stars out of 5.